Those bans are obviously very reactive, but I like them. The Sven Darkseer Open still on the table for both teams. Io is still in the pool.
Yeah, the Darkseer's ban game 1 now available.
This is a tough one. I mean, there's Darkseer Sven, there's Io Gyro combos. Oracle is still in the pool, and they're gonna go with Sven.
That's hard to argue with.
And because they've got first pick, it's always scary that the first pick team will take the Darkseer, because if VP take Darkseer, you got to imagine TNC's picking Oracle.
Yeah. No,
Gyro.
I was going to be shocked if that went entirely through this series. But the thing is, as TNC, you know this. You leave Io in the pool as TNC. You know VP. You know their tendencies. You have something prepared against this. I guarantee it.
At least you think.
Well, you just never know, right? Like OG had the third pick Invoker that Cold Snap they thought was going to own Wisp, but at the end of the day, you have an Invoker.
But it did wreck the IO.
Yeah, we wanted to see a more playmaking hero for Tims. Exhibit A.
Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say with the Io Gyro, that's where the Grimstroke ban looks really good. It's one of the better heroes. And as much as Sven Darkseer would be a great opener, I don't think Darkseer's actually, it's probably one of the weaker offlaners against Io Gyro, because they're so good at just chasing him down with Rocket Barrage. And Rocket Barrage does more damage than the Iron Shell.
Yeah.
You want to have Enigma, Winter Wyvern. You want these big AoE teamfight ults.
I want to see Winter Wyvern inside of Virus Pro, even though you have Winter Wyvern and Io, not the best combo, not the best duo, but against Enigma, against Sven, it really feels good.
Well, again, I just think you talk about these carries, the Sven, the Trolls, you've got to have BKB breakers, and I think the most common way to do that is via your supports.
Yes.
I mean, one thing they can do, have a Bane, which was kind of classic as well, especially for solo.
Io Bane was like one of the most common support duos a year or two ago when Io was picked every game. It was always with Bane.
It's a good setup, but I like Enigma as a response to Io and Gyro, because you can always try to make a bait play on the other side of the map. They relocate, you bring the numbers, you're smoked with Enigma +1, and you make a huge turnaround.
Yeah, do you feel like you need to have something that deals with that black hole on the side of VP, or can they focus on just matching things with
you need to have
the contrast?
Some kind of a BKB piercing ability, because if the game goes late, the threat of Enigma, most of the time you just lose the game.
Yeah, and it's both those cores you want to have a BKB piercing disable against is the thing. It's like, that's how you do it, Sven. That's also how you stop a BKB black hole in late game. So get something. The problem is there's still two heroes. So like maybe you use on black hole. That means you're not kiting the Sven during his BKB.
Or you have a Magnus that can deal with both at the same time if they're grouped up.
Yep. Magnus can be tricky though against the black hole, because it's getting a...
Usually it's the other way around.
Exactly.
Enigma is a counter to Magnus, because he can more easily just get on top of Mag, because Mag can't jump into black hole.
Does it look like Gyro has like a faulty engine? There's so much smoke.
Yeah.
Barely keeping the helicopter in the air.
Yeah. That's why he's an inventor, Shiver. He can fix his little engine there.
The Warlock removed as well. Don't want to give him too much Wombo combo, because that would be terrifying.
One of the things that you look at with Io Gyro is you need to have, your other cores generally need to be pretty strong 1v1 laners, because they're not going to have that guaranteed support, right? You want to, at least with Io Gyro, have the opportunity, have at least the option of bringing that third support into lane if the enemy goes aggro into you, and that's always a threat with the Sven already on board.
One of the counters to Enigma is still a silencer, but then you have a silencer and Io. You will need to have something, any kind of a lockdown from an offlane. From your position 3 and your mid lane will need to have a lot of control as well. This is like the second thing they can go for, which I doubt.
Or AA.
Well, I think AA for what, VP?
AA for TNC.
Oh, for TNC. AA is great. Yeah, that's the hero I want.
TNC is crazy.
That's good, yeah, against the Io heals. And they always pick a stunning carry with AA. They were doing AA Wraith King 2 games in a row. AA Sven, same idea. It's just...
they go silencer.
Yeah.
But then you need like something like a Beastmaster that can stun both Enigma and Sven.
Yeah, the lack of stuns between those two supports is a little bit concerning.
We saw in yesterday's game where one team had gyro as their only stun.
There goes the rocket.
That didn't go
There's
well.
Yeah. No, it's just a great pick. Gives them a good lane. It's a support duo with not much reliable stuns or lockdown. Malefice is actually not terrible, but it's something they can maybe make up for by getting a stun from their offlane. And even if not, you've got Sven. That's one of the nice things with Sven as a carry. Is like this fairly reliable stun initiation means you can pick these other support options.
There's the beast, and I wonder if TNC will look toward their Venomancer, which is a combo that they really like with the Ancient Apparition.
No, that's more counter to when enemy team has Sven, so they can kite.
All right. Fair enough.
It's not worth picking just for the AA synergy alone. And Veno Enigma seems, I mean, it could come
a lot of
out.
team fight damage. I personally would not mind seeing the Kunkka here either.
I think they're going to go with an offlane. It's most likely Enigma position 4. And I would love to see something that can like initiate, maybe build into Lotus Orb, so they have Guardian Greaves on Enigma at one point against the Global Silence plus a Lotus Orb builder. Their damage is pretty limited right now on VP.
Bristleback would fit that mold.
Bristle, maybe
Tidehunter.
Tidehunter
I like
as
their
well.
average
But
damage.
I think it's too much how TNC love to play. And the thing is Kunkka really counterable as a laning matchup right now?
No hard counters anyways. They can ban OD if they're worried about that, but Kunkka, he doesn't get all the denies he used to with the changes on Tidebringer, but he's going to get farm in any matchup, except maybe the Monkey King matchup. That's one that used to be fairly Monkey King favored.
That's why you have a ban. But I do wonder if you think about getting cute and even picking an Ursa if they ban the Monkey King. But
for mid,
against the Kunkka,
Ursa is a do nothing kind of hero. Doesn't do anything for their draft.
He's kind of crap.
You can't pick a hero just because it has a good lane.
Just for the laning matchup. Yeah, I agree. That's more.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Dragonite on Virtus Pro this game, because at one point
you're gonna call DK.
I mean, you're gonna have this slow dragon. It's a melee versus melee matchup, and they're gonna need maybe one more stun. So they're gonna buy.
There's the Tide.
And the Tide.
Tide would have been the ideal offlaner, but it was one of those things where it's like you pick the Tide, then they probably ban Kunkka, and it is a great Kunkka game.
Sadly, they banned Tide, so we don't have the Kunkka against the Tide matchup.
I mean, it would be Kunkka with Tide. They would be on the same team.
I still want some.
Yeah, that's true. I was just going for Kunkka against the Tide. Like, these two have the best lines when playing against each other.
Yeah,
true.
So other Cuckoo heroes that offlane.
He's played Mars as one of the few ones.
Ooh.
And as already mentioned, Veno as well.
There's the OD ban for the mid lane. It's also a save against Kunkka. That's the other big thing. That's probably why last game I thought they were going to pick Kunkka, because they banned OD last game as well.
Sheev has something to say.
still in the pool.
What?
Darkseer is still in the pool.
Yeah, it's not great against Io Gyro, and you're not going to get much help in the offlane. So Io Gyro is going to free farm versus Darkseer. Darkseer may even get zoned out completely. I don't rate
I wouldn't
Darkseer
mind
as the pick here.
seeing Mars here against Io Gyro, because they're always grouped up together, and then you're going to have like 3 strength cores that are really hard to kill, and Virtus Pro is really limited on burst damage.
Some kind of a tanky front line. That's where Tide's amazing, because you can't even use Roar or Global Silence against him. He's going to crack it off.
Mars. Very good call.
Mars it is.
So what is the VP mid?
Tough one.
Yeah,
Storm. Okay.
There's plenty of lockdown though.
Yeah.
This time, and I think this is where Armel can show that he really does have the chops as the top mid. I think he can put a lot of pressure on the no-one Storm in this matchup.
It's a free Storm game. They have X mark, but if he's fast enough, I think he can dodge every single thing. I mean, you're playing against Black Hole.
VP smoking, VP moving.
We have a 4-man smoke. It's just going to disappear as Armel is positioned really
It's
well.
like, I'm going Tidebringer first. I don't need no stuns. I don't want to fight this at all. VP, 5-man smoke, posturing over. They are looking for anything, and they shall find absolutely nothing.
It's pretty
But they have a
easy.
very deep board in from Roger.
It's really good versus the Enigma, right? You can always see this guy farming and then just mess with him, steal his creeps, do whatever you want to him, actually. It's an Enigma in the jungle.
They actually can take 3 bounty runes at the moment. So, maybe if Beastmaster wants to try and contest bottom, Mars is nearby. He's fantastic at contesting the runes because obviously you just spear somebody away.
You can just spear that Beastmaster away, definitely, and steal the rune, but...
It's always fun watching the early boarding game also just change over the course of, like, not just this tournament, but obviously, like many patches. The fact that these wards, now nothing's in mid lane.
Hey.
We had bears scouting out their positions at the very beginning, and now it's like,
Hey,
well, we've got one
bounties.
for bounty rune.
Bounties!
Wait, what? They were meant to take all of them, and they're taking none of them.
Well, that's an outplay right there on the start.
Here, I thought it was a bag for Virtus Pro to grab those, so I was ready to have a conversation about wards, but...
you go deep to plant that ward so that you know which route to run away from the bounties, I suppose.
You
I
go
don't
deep,
know.
you gotta know when to pull out, but that was too early. Too early!
Yeah, that's what we all say. Anyway, Cuckoo on the bottom lane. And on the mid lane, Armel.
Yeah. Armel versus no one. Like, looking to see no one try and clean that title back as the best mid laner in the world. Cuckoo, of course, he's very happy on his hero. This is one of his favorites. Maybe not when he misses the last hit in the range creep just there, but still, Mars for Cuckoo. This is something that team's been panning out against him, and now he finally gets it.
Finally, and there's a reason why it's been banned out against him. That hero is so good. At the same time, Armel on this Kunkka has performed really well this tournament, and no one he talked about this Storm. He considers Storm to be the most broken hero of the patch, so we have to wait and see if he can perform to those levels.
If he knows why it's broken, he should know how to counter the brokenness. That's some frog logic right there. There's always something, right? Like if a hero is too OP, you need to find the way to get around it. Items, other heroes, perfect counters.
Yeah, but you still lose because the hero is broken. That's usually how it works.
Shh. Nothing is broken in Dota. Everything is countable.
Everything is broken.
Yeah.
That's why nothing is broken.
Sounds like one of those like Assassin's Creed lines, right? It's like what is it? Everything's permitted, nothing is permitted, or whatever the hell it is. Like
something like that.
Yeah, I should remember this. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Early ones only. Like it's just like being a Call of Duty fan. Early ones only. Yeah, but 12-2, his CS is looking pretty damn good against the Kunkka, who's 8-0, 14-2. My God, yeah, no one's having a fantastic start.
Yeah, bottom lane
on this Storm Spirit.
He can't really do a whole lot versus this dual lane. You can just stand back and wait for the creeps to push in, which is pretty decent for you, but you have to be careful. Wisp and Jaro can definitely dive well this early on.
I like how they're also like range harassing. Like Roger has his spirits, Ramses has his homing missile. You don't care about flat cannon early on, just anything that's going to take away the life of Cuckoo.
Yeah, you can't use that flat cannon as long as there's creeps around. Once the creeps are out, you can dive him with it as well. Tims, this is your standard Enigma right here. Standard Enigma gameplay. How exciting. Farming the jungle.
It's riveting. Enigma in the jungle. Enigma in the jungle.
Gonna murder you, right? And steal your money? Is that how it goes?
Whack my head against a desk so I can create a soul ring. Yep. Never forget the classics.
The classics, man.
It really was. There's probably even kids today that don't even know what we're talking about. I'm going to get in more trouble about that, making 1990s references.
Yeah, this mid lane, 19-2 from no one so far. This matchup used to be a little bit better for Kunkka. I believe right now no one should do quite well. He is taking a lot of damage from that Tidebringer, obviously, but Storm has been buffed a few patches in a row, so it's a little bit easier for him. And if the lane does go badly for him, he can always go to the jungle, recover a little bit, get that level 6, then come back.
Oh, first blood.
There we go.
Catch the end of it with Pasha going down. Ancient Apparition working with his men.
Yeah, good combination of heroes right here. It's a combination that TNC loves to play as well. Ancient Apparition plus Sven, Cold Feet, stun, easy kill.
Now they go for a rebuttal. Virtus Pro diving the tier 1 tower. Cuckoo. There is no support coming his way. Just going to rebuke damage before death. Ramses and Roger ready to try and just level the scoreboard. One apiece. Everyone's off the mark. No ducks here.
And on top lane now we see a fight happening. I mean, these two teams are playing a perfectly symmetric game twice in a row now. In that first game, the same thing happens.
Off-laner dies, Storm's actually in a real lot of trouble. They maybe with the Vortex. Tim's going to arrive. No one. He's got the extra health. Roger gives it to him. Armel, he's able to survive through the tower. And he can steal a double damage room, but he can't do much with it, apart from go jungle and farm a bit, but that's Tim's area. Ah, that's what you can do.
That's what you can do.
That's really easy. I can go back and heal.
Pretty good for him, and now he can come back with that double damage and continue pressuring the Storm. That's just perfect for him at the moment. Also, Roger porting in with that Wisp and saving his midder. It's not really something that we see very often anymore. When Roger started playing Wisp and started playing in Virtus Pro, that was done all the time.
Here's that combination once again with the slowdown and body block from Gabby. Absolutely perfect.
And
Solo cannot walk away, but yeah, hey, Cuckoo, he's in trouble. Spear him away, get him away from me as he can get back underneath the tower.
All right, that's 1 point for TNC, 0 for Virtus Pro. First time they get the kill on one side and they don't feed the Mars on the other.
And even the bounties will be 2-2, yep. But Roger having the bottle, this is what makes this offlane just really start to function better. So Roger can just bring Rams, he's practically up to full for both mana as well as life. Go pick up the other while Pasha being hunted into the trees. The cold feet tick damage, won't be enough. Gabby looking for him, moving around the trees as Pasha, just looking for every single juke possible. Now the boar is up, he can body block him? No, Gabby gets around it and the cold feet. Able to reveal him, and AU. Nope, Korea actually going to take a hit from the tower.
Yeah, it was there just to scout for the Beastmaster as well if he continued
except the
juking.
Courier actually died to the attacks from the tower. So it scouts.
Did it die to the... It should have died
the
to the
attacks
tower,
from the towers came out. It had 2 chasing it on the way back.
Sometimes you fly the Courier over the hard camp and they just kill it for some reason when they have that movement issue happen to them, but this time around, I believe you're right, it was the tower following the Courier.
Yeah. Actually got a funny feeling too, it was just delivering items. Yeah. Even though we can make it sound really good, TNC were definitely scouting in the tree line.
It was delivering, but then they did send it towards the Beastmaster too. Gabby?
Gabby's in trouble, TP support is on the way. It's Enigma who's going to arrive, he's level 4, got arcane boots to give back, but they'll move back and just shrine.
Sven is always a little bit difficult to take down one of those tankier heroes, so they just give up on it as they see the Enigma coming in for the help. And this is classic No One Storm Spirit, just going back into the jungle to farm.
So classic that TNC's already put an Observer Ward down looking for it. Hey, here we go again.
Another classic move.
Yeah, Cuckoo, under pressure. Push him away, homing missile will still connect, and Roger. No TP supports coming in from this one. Enigma's already used his to try and save the top. Cuckoo trying to save out in the tree line, but it won't work. Needed his Soul Ring to actually have enough mana to let that ulti out. The Arena of Blood.
Yeah, sadly for his team, they don't care about it.
X marks into the turret. Armel lining up for a big hit. No one losing a lot of life, but not enough damage, even with the 4 points up for the Tiebringer.
Yeah, playing there on the edge, but he's fine. As long as there's no help for Armel, he shouldn't get these solo kills on the Storm, definitely.
Pasha. Double boars can help slow up Gabby, but then he's like, all right, well, we'll turn and fight solo. What are you going to do? You going to try and help out? Well, you got harassment, but no mana to work with.
Those level 3 boars are very difficult for Sven to deal with in the lane, and I wouldn't be surprised if he left it soon. Unless this Enigma rotates in and they start pressuring that tier 1 on the top lane. Per se.
Is that something too that TNC should be looking to do? Like, obviously you have an Enigma, you want to add some pressure, but is the top tier 1 tower like?
I mean, you're pretty much playing with Enigma in the jungle, like we stated before. So you're not pressured. You're just farming. That's your whole point right now. You could see that Cuckoo is completely left alone, lonesome on this bottom lane. It's like they don't care about him at all, and that's because they do have that Enigma. So. They're playing 4 versus 5 at the moment, waiting for those items to end levels from the Enigma.
This is nice for No One. A double damage rune in the bottom river. He can rotate down, but up on top, Solo. He's the one being initiated in with the cold feet. He'll move away. Pasha now to battle underneath Midnight Pulse, but he's got the Roar out already, keeping Gabby away. And Storm Spirit with that double damage rune rotates in towards the top. Wants to kill off Sven's, able to claim it. Then through more.